What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we are going to talk about 10 things that Star Wars fans demand from Episode 9. This is an article on What Culture, I think? Yeah, What Culture that I ran across. And as I was reading it, something I thought something very funny and specific about it after we go over the points that they make. So let's not waste any time. Let's jump right into this article and see what they're talking about. So they start off, and look, credit to them. This is how you do it with a website. We haven't done this yet on geeksandgamers.com, at least not very often. We probably should. But when you do a top 10 list, you actually make your users click through 10 actual pages, because that helps your clicks, that helps your ad revenue, blah, blah, blah. No hate, though. That's what you got to do. So anyway, so let's get this bad boy started. So number 10, Lando makes it out alive. I think that's a very fair point. I have no problem with that idea at all. I think that's what most of us are thinking. Then we move on to number 9, a significant role for Luke. Yeah. Let's remember that one as we get closer to the end of this list. I want you to remember that one. A significant role for Luke. Then let's jump over to number 9. A right send-off for Princess Leia. Again, let's just remember that one as we get closer to the end. My God, the ads on this website are insane. Rey's parentage revisited. I want you to remember this one as we get to the end of this article, because something very funny. Learn more about Snoke. I want you to remember this one. Just keep that one in mind. See the Knights of Ren in action. I want you to remember this one. A Darth Vader cameo. If you're talking about Hayden Christensen, which I'm assuming they are, I have not read the context of this, but I would love to see a Hayden Christensen Force Ghost situation. I think a lot of Star Wars fans have asked for that, and I definitely would love to see that. I don't want to see a quote-unquote Darth Vader cameo. I want to see an Anakin Skywalker, Hayden Christensen as Anakin cameo. I would love to see that. No return for George Lucas. Now, this one kind of confused me, because it says no return for George Lucas, and it says following the backlash of The Last Jedi, rumor has it that J.J. Abrams is planning to take drastic measures to unify the fan base during the development of Episode 9. As reported by The Express, the filmmaker is allegedly ready to bring the series mastermind George Lucas back to Star Wars in an advisory capacity. Apparently, Abrams is keen for Lucas to provide input on specific sequences in the movie. Although Star Wars fans will always owe George Lucas a debt of gratitude for creating the saga, many have never forgiven him for Jar Jar Binks, the midichlorians, Padme and Anakin's vomit-inducing romance, and dozens of other things from the prequels. First of all, I don't know who the hell you're talking about, and no, we don't owe George Lucas a debt of gratitude. We owe George Lucas everything in terms of Star Wars. Don't marginalize it. This is George mother freaking Lucas, and you respect this man. Period. End of discussion. Don't mince words with me when it comes to George. And then it says it's widely accepted that keeping Lucas away from the sequel trilogy was the wisest move to avoid the mistakes of the past. And most fans would be anxious about how Episode 9 might turn out with a few of his fingerprints on it. I don't understand what they're like. No return for George Lucas. But then in the end, and they're making the point of why a return wouldn't be wanted, which I disagree with 100%. Then they're saying, although a lot of fans would be interested to see. I don't really understand the points they're making within this number 3 topic, but whatever. Bottom line, yes, we want to see George Lucas back, and we don't owe him a debt of gratitude. We owe this man all of our respect for everything that he has done, and do not try to make it sound like we owe him a debt of gratitude. Piss off with that. This is George mother effing Lucas, and you respect this man. Bottom line. That's it. All right, let's move on to number 2. Number 2, a substantial time jump. Again, let's remember this point. A substantial time jump. And then we get to number 1, and it says connect all 3 trilogies. Okay, so I would say 8 out of these 10 points that were made, maybe almost 9, all of these things are what we asked for in episode 8. Everything mentioned is something we wanted in episode 8. A substantial role for Luke, a substantial time jump, Knights of the Ren, more explanation for Snoke, Rey's parentage, connect all 3 trilogies. These are things that we wanted in episode 8. This article is only showing how bad episode 8 is, because now we have gotten to episode 9 and we're still asking for the same exact things we were asking for in episode 8. Wow. So that's the point. Look, Watt Culture here, from everything I read, they make really good points. I do agree with almost everything they said except for the George Lucas point. But yes, like that's what stood out to me when I read this. It was like, these are like almost universally what we asked for in episode 8. And it just shows how bad it really was. Because now we're still asking for these same exact things in episode 9. We waited 2 years after The Force Awakens, and all of the questions, all of the anticipation, all of the things we wanted to see, and not specifically how we wanted to have it play out. It's the points you set up in The Force Awakens were not revealed in episode 8, and it's so bad. So yes, I do agree with the points made. I'm just sitting here going, how are we still asking for these same things? How are we still asking for this? Rian Johnson, you suck. You really suck bad. So anyway, that's my thoughts on this. I do agree for almost all the points they made. But to me, it's too little too late. The fact that we're still asking for these same exact things now that we were asking, or we were anticipating to see with episode 8, it just shows how much of a disaster this is. It is a disaster. There's no doubt about it. Whether you can like it, that's cool. Nobody is saying, at least I'm not saying you can't like The Last Jedi. I'm not at all. There is absolutely nothing wrong with liking that movie. What I'm saying, though, is it has been detrimental to Star Wars and this trilogy. That's what I'm saying. So anyway, there's going to be more articles like this. We will be here to cover them at Geeks and Gamers. So thank you guys very much for checking out this video. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to you later.